There are a lot, and I mean a lot of YouTube videos out there that have people purporting to show you the quote-unquote real Thailand. What is the real Thailand, you may ask? Well, I've been living here just shy of 20 years, and I can tell you the answer is as elusive to me as it would be to any newly migrated expat. But I've figured that I've earned the right to take a stab at it. In Aravind Adiga's brilliant book, the Booker Award-winning novel, by the way, The White Tiger, he speaks of two Indias. One he calls the light, the other he calls the darkness. The protagonist in his book is from the darkness. Now, the light isn't a utopia in any morally meaningful way. This light, this utopian part of India, harkens to such brilliant works as Ursula K. Le Guin's brilliant short story, Those Who Walk Away from Omelas. Many first-year college freshmen will have been exposed to this short novel depicting a utopian society which only exists with the knowledge that to have this utopia there must be real and frightful sacrifices. The light spoken in Arvind's book exists through the exploitation and the subjugation of those who live in the darkness. That is, those who live in the poor rural regions, the untouchables who must grovel for work and know little or nothing of personal freedom, but must spend their days slavishly serving the upper class, the upper urban classes, i.e. the light. Thailand's population, unfortunately, is far more imbalanced than it should be, and a few analogies could still be made to Arvind's depictions of his own country of India. However, the rural populations of Thailand vote in droves, and the politicians that they vote for are often rewarding them, albeit modestly, with policies that benefit them. So I would not go so far as to divide Thailand into the darkness and the light. The real Thailand, I would rather say, would be divided mostly into what expats do, and that is by region or social makeup of the country. To me, there are three Thailands. First, there is Bangkok, and it wields a powerful influence over the rest of the nation. Next would be the shoreline and islands of Thailand. Sometimes they refer to these as the real Thailand, but to me it's more of a vacationer's escape from the noise and congestion of Bangkok. The final area or category is the north and northeast regions of Thailand. And this is often what foreigners and expats refer to as the real Thailand. Isarn, once a desperately poor, debilitatingly undeveloped, and culturally isolated region of Thailand, has in the past 30 years developed into something new, something different. Of the top 4 Isarn cities in this region, 3 rank in the top 10 by population in Thailand, and one of them, Ubon Ratchathani, ranks 13th. 2 of these cities are amongst the fastest growing cities. Khon Kaen is actually the fastest growing in Thailand right now. But drive just outside of these city walls and you end up in villages that are often culturally very different from not just Bangkok, but the very cities that they administratively are linked to. Bantum, a town on the west side of Khon Kaen, for example, celebrates its own Roi Katong, has its own night markets, and has a host of bars and restaurants that attract the surrounding villagers. Many of the elderly folks in these villages seldom make their way downtown. And when I say downtown here, I mean downtown Khon Kaen. And this is despite being just 20 or 30 minutes away. It's a world where the front doors on people's houses remain open all day. People lay in front of their porches and wave to passersby. They talk to people that they know with polite conversations. Children still run freely in the streets with little supervision and get up to so many of the misadventures I once experienced in my childhood, before the age of helicopter parents and the restricting roaming parameters that confine kids to their homes or computer screens. In every sleepy village, there is a woman or a man with a dream to own their own business, with few of the restrictive regulations that hinder their ability to offer their goods and services. A place where mom and pop coffee shops spring up between convenience stores and old teakwood houses. Today, I just stopped in the town called Bantum and randomly visited such a place. I spoke with the owner, who was probably befuddled at the sight of what she considers to be a farang, and I delighted in polite conversation. Yes, I did have to break out Google Translate from time to time, but the entire conversation was natural and polite and fun. Rural Thais are friendly, open, welcoming. Seldom are they ever suspicious or aloof. So far as I know, there are no backward villages resembling anything like John Borman's 1972 redneck thriller Deliverance. Anis Coffee is the name of the shop. This coffee shop is similar to many of the places throughout rural towns. The owner knows her customers, the shop is cozy, the service is friendly. There was a small selection of drinks and snacks, and the benches outside allowed me to enjoy the breezy, sunny, somewhat cool isarn winter. Is this the real Thailand? Can a foreigner ever know the real Thailand? Or is this just one of many convenient and relaxing escapes? Some speak of the real Thailand as if they will have a transformative experience living out here. Some romanticize the contrast between cultures and the easier way of life, the lower crime, the friendlier population, and of course, always the warm, balmy weather. I find their depictions, their stories, their insights to be heartening, often entertaining, and always worth a listen. But what I walk away with upon hearing YouTubers speak upon their adventures is more a reflection of their own approach to cultural immersion, or lack thereof. I get a sense of who they are more than I can any tangible information that I cling to or any real insight. The real Thailand to me is just all of Thailand. It's you who has to decide which of these places, the concrete jungle, the balmy beaches, or the sleepy villages, is what you wish to make your reality. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and I wish all the best in life for you. See you next time.